love Netflix Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Netflix Christmas movies.
I'm Jax, and I'm so excited about Netflix Christmas movies.
I'm Alonzo, and hats. And this
It's the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Brandon and friends host this podcast.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello, everybody.
Oh,
hello
boy.
there. It's your good friends, the Netflix crew,
That's right.
back for another holiday season.
Long live the Lohanaissance. That's right.
it all starts here.
It starts right here.
Dan, you went down the Lohan interview rabbit trail yesterday on YouTube. I saw you.
Oh,
it was
man.
nonstop. One video led to
Nonstop.
another.
Please tell everyone you're joking. I don't think I've ever watched an interview with Lindsay Lohan. Ever. Not once.
I don't know. Just maybe never,
Never.
even accidentally.
No. Interviews with actors I typically skip altogether unless they make like serious notoriety.
I am going to purposely put on interviews with Lindsay Lohan on a loop around the office the rest of the week.
I walked in, it's like-
You'll rue the day.
Like you found like Herbie fully loaded press junket footage, and you're just like, here, watch this.
Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen commentary track.
That's right. Dan, what did you say on Saturday Lifetime? What were you saying? This guy's name is? You said Shord.
I was trying to get you guys to call him Chord because of how bad you are at pronouncing things, and I couldn't quite sell it. I did the best I could.
Oh,
Like,
I thought you were being
guys,
serious.
No, I was trying to get you guys to be like, guys, I thought it was Chad
No, it's
Overstreet,
Chord.
but I looked, it was Chord. It was Chord Overstreet. And you guys
Well,
didn't bite it.
the
You
problem
didn't bite it.
the problem is the guy's a total chord.
He's
The guy's a total chord. Guy's a total chord. Hey guys, Merry Christmas to you. How are we doing? How are we getting ready for the holiday season? Getting there? Yes.
Merry Christmas. Yeah, I think stuff is starting to emerge from the closet of decorations and whatnot. And we're going out of town, so we're not doing real tree this year, but we have a couple of aluminums that are going up, and we have the subset of ornaments for them. So it's all happening.
Are you going
Wow.
somewhere fun, Alonzo?
I'm going to Atlanta for the first time in a
Yes.
long time and almost the entire Duraldi clan will be there, and that's a lot of people.
That's
so
nice.
very excited about that. It's going to be real Hallmark.
Come on over to the East
Wow.
Coast. You got
Yeah, I think they're still going to be counting ballots. Jax, what about you? You getting ready?
I'm in the spirit. I'm wearing a sweatshirt that says "Merry, Merry, Merry," and
Nice.
I did a reading of it's going to be Christmas. When's it going to be Christmas again? Your book.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
I'm in the mood. And
Available
also
on
I'm
Amazon.
drinking copious amounts of hot chocolate, which isn't great for just my health. It's a lot of sugar, a lot of whipped cream, but I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
well, speak for yourself. This
Yeah.
is the time of year.
This is the time of
If
year
not
to
now,
do it.
when?
That's exactly right. January's coming. It'll all shake out, right?
It'll all shake out.
It
Yeah.
will all shake out.
It'll all shake out.
Of all the things.
Dan, are you getting ready for the season?
I'm good till day after Thanksgiving, Brand. I will say this, that the combination of this podcast and my children have made me a little bit more like apt to do Christmas things before Thanksgiving than ever in my life. Like we'll listen to Christmas music occasionally.
We're wearing them down.
I
folks.
sing Christmas
We're wearing them
stuff
down.
around the office from time to time.
The co-author of When's It Going to Be Christmas Again is finally breaking down.
That's right.
He's
Yes,
finally
that's
starting to ask himself, when is it going to be
right.
Christmas?
I know.
again?
I have to answer that question about every day at home. So
Oh my
don't
gosh,
worry.
we're wearing you down.
Yeah, sure. That's one way to put it. I have children, Brand. What do you want from me?
And
Wait,
Bran.
Bran, were you doing a Steve Urkel impression? I'm wearing you down. Remember when you said it to Laura Winslow?
I'm wearing you down.
Yeah.
No, don't give him that much credit. That would be great if he was
I
doing
wish.
because he would do this little thing with it. I'm wearing you down.
Oh, I know Urkel.
Yeah, man.
I don't know. I know
Come
Urkel.
on.
Because here's the thing: you turn in your gun, you get shoes. So
A Family Matters plot line.
Oh,
yes.
that's actually deep cut, Bran. Thank
Yes,
you for
that is
that.
a very deep cut to go to.
oh,
from what we were doing.
yeah. Sorry, everybody.
No, I
Go home.
appreciate
Well,
it.
Go home, go home, go home.
That's exactly right, Dad. That's exactly right. We're talking about the first Netflix Christmas movie of the holiday season. coming out with a bang. Lindsay Lohan, Chord, it's in the house.
Stop it.
The rest of the crew.
Cord Overstreet is his name, everybody, and I'm sorry.
All right. Well,
Is Badilla in this one, or is it not?
This is a Jack Wagner joint. Let's not forget.
Oh yes, Jack Wagner.
yes, that's the star.
Yeah,
Jack
playing
Wagner.
Lindsay Lohan's father.
Yes.
Can we talk
With
really
no,
quickly?
No Surge Blazer.
I can't imagine. I don't think I'm going to be ruining anything here because I doubt it was going to come up. But the blooper reel at the end of this movie, Jax, did you stay for it?
Oh, of course I stayed.
Did
for
you
it.
see Jack Wagner do a funny? Like
That's
it's-
the
Oh, he did
funniest
it funny.
blooper.
It
This
was
is the
so
funniest
cute when
blooper.
he was people were upstaging him by working.
Yeah.
the
In his
background.
close-up.
He was
It's a
so
great
cute.
bit.
His
It's a
close-up.
great bit, Jack
Yeah,
Wagner.
it's,
Eyes on
Uh,
the back of his head, that guy.
That's right. He sure does. Falling for Christmas originally premiered on the Netflix on November 10th, 2022. And it went a little something like this. We meet Sierra Belmont. She's being woken up via wake-up call, which honestly would be my least favorite way to be woken up.
Yeah,
I
wake-up
don't know
call.
if that's just like a me thing, but like I would pick an alarm over that. I would pick like an animal over that. I would pick my children over that. I don't want to call.
I love how you went children third there.
Well, yes, an alarm clock
Animal, alarm. I guess my kids.
is in order of ways that I would like to be woken up. One is natural sunlight. Two,
Animal.
it would be
Just do the synopsis.
an animal, an
Please.
alarm clock, my children. Because children
Full
like
bladder.
hurt. They hurt you in the
They
morning.
do. They do. That's true.
When you're not expecting that, jump on the tum-tum.
Can't lose.
See, she's an heiress of the Belmont Resorts fame. You know the one. And that's the problem. She just wants to be known for more than just her name. She's dating a real tool named Tad. His name is Tad. The name alone tells you everything you know about that guy, but he's also an influencer, so 2 strikes, you're out. This small lodge owner named Jake goes to talk to Mr. Belmont. He's a sweet fella, a bit naive, but great on the slopes, so kind of a triple threat. Mr. Belmont is not impressed by Tad in the least, and why should he be? His name's Tad, and he's an influencer. And he's Jack Wagner. Tad takes Sierra on a fun ride in the snow up to the top of a mountain to propose to her. We see some Santa magic happen out of nowhere. Didn't really see it coming personally. Next thing you know, she slides off of the mountain, falls down, tumble. Jake is taking a group from his lodge on a horse and carriage ride, stumbles upon a body. It's hers. She's alive. He takes her to a hospital, and when she wakes up, she has no idea who she is. Jake is like, we can take her to the lodge. We can do that. So she's quickly takes a liking to Jake's daughter, and she tries to do stuff around the lodge, quickly realizes that she has no idea how to do anything like house chore related, doesn't know how to put on a sheet, which I also struggle with. She's talking with the daughter about what she remembers about her mom, and that makes Sierra have a memory about her mom. She starts hanging out more and more with Jake, and he even takes her to the market and the Christmas tree lighting. He opens up about the lodge and why he wants to keep it, and how he wants to honor his wife. And it seems like everything, like everybody wants these fancy resorts, kind of like the Belmont. But what he thinks that he has something really special with this nice thing with like a fireplace. And, you know, you got to go to the bathroom outside and stuff. Like, it's great. He buys her a snow globe from Santa. They watch the tree lighting, followed by fireworks. The next day, she is thriving, folks. She's making her bed, checking it twice, flipping pancakes, learning about laundry from a 6-year-old, just the best life stuff. And she's clearly really digging Jake. She tells him that she's never met anyone like him before, which isn't really that impressive if you think about it because of her, but you get it. After one romantic night together, they almost kiss, but my guy interrupts himself, which is a first, and is like, maybe we shouldn't until you can remember this, honorable fella. She comes up with an idea. The inn is in danger. She's like, what if we brought everybody here for a party and then tricked him to give money? And he's like, I'm not doing that. Spoiler alert, they end up doing it. And everybody in town comes and they're just like, great. And she's like, now's the time to give the speech about giving money. He stands up and he's just like, I can't do it. And that's when the whole town just starts handing him checks for stuff. Like, hey, you once helped me cross the road. Here's $10,000. Like, really great stuff. And then the town says, we're going to make this a historical site, which basically is like, a blank check at that point, right? You could do no wrong. And it's at that point that Mr. Belmont, who recently found out that his daughter was missing, walks in with Tad, who recently got found because he was also missing. They find her, they show up, they say, oh yeah, you're here. And she slowly kind of starts to remember who she is. That's my dad. That's Dad. Oh my gosh, I'm engaged. What? This is shocking to everybody, including her, and especially to my guy, Jake. So they go back, they leave, they go back to the resort, and they do a press conference where they announce, Tad announces his engagement, and she seems clearly uncomfortable with this. Jack Wagner's looking on disapprovingly. And finally, they're getting ready to leave the resort to go on a trip, and she breaks up with Tad. And Tad takes it well, I guess, and he immediately moves on to her assistant. What was that guy's position?
He worked for the resort.
Works for the resort. So moved on quickly.
Yeah.
And so she's like, yay, this is great. Our guy Jake is talking to his daughter. His daughter's like, you got to go for it. So he goes for it via sleigh and gets to the resort, finds her, does a whole speech. She's like, yay, I love that. They end up kissing. We're all happy for it. Jack Wagner clearly likes him better than Tad. And that, my friends, was Falling for Christmas. That's exactly right.
Did it.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down here on Take the Hallmark.
Take the Netflix.
Welcome back.
Did you hear somebody in the?
That was weird.
There's some ghosts sometimes in
It's
these.
a classic ghost. Welcome back to
I don't think the listening public could hear it. It's
that's
us.
how the ghosts work.
It's just us.
We learned that on
We
your
could-
you and
yeah,
Panda's
my
Ghost
Panda's
Hunt.
podcast. That's right.
But that was the opposite, actually. Only
We
Wait,
can hear. No,
you-
only we can hear.
Okay,
only
great.
people couldn't.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. Really excited to be chatting about this one with you all at home and with my friends right here. We're going to break this movie down with 4 segments. We're going to start with a hot take, and I will start with you, Jax. What'd you think of the first Netflix Christmas movie of the year, Falling for Christmas?
Well, I'm a woman who can admit when she's wrong. And all right, friends, I'm a Lohan stan. I'm a Lohan
Uh-oh.
stan.
It's happened.
Boom.
I still am not a huge fan of this plot. Like, it doesn't really do anything for me. I thought it was packed with Christmas feels and fun and coziness. And I think Lindsay Lohan is a master of physical comedy. I thought it was really fun to watch her do her thing. And I really had a blast with this one. So yeah, I was wrong and I'm into it. And I want to see what more our girl Lindsay Lohan does for us, because I'm in now. I'm rooting for my girl.
Yeah, I think that's a very fair review, Jax. I thought Lindsay was wonderful. Loved having her. I would have liked to see them do something a little bit like you got Lindsay Lohan here. Like when they get in Vanessa Hudgens, they either have her fall in love with a time traveling knight, or they have her playing multiple people.
Right, we're doing a quick timeout. 30 seconds here. I'm not. Vanessa Hudgens is she is at the top of her game right now, acting. Lindsay Lohan is trying to become someone that can do this regularly again. Those are not the same thing, right? Right? Am I wrong there?
If we're talking about name recognition, if we're talking about star power,
right now.
no, that's not.
I'm going to give Lindsay a softball to start with.
No, I was saying you got Lindsay Lohan. Let's do something here, right?
I think you both have a point. I think that Lindsay at her peak before the Troubles was absolutely at
Yes.
or beyond where Hudgens is right now.
Correct.
That said, she is in a place of rebuilding right now. And so maybe this is sort of a starter movie to kind of get things rolling. And then once she is firmly established once again as like a viable leading lady that audiences are thrilled to see again, then the degree of difficulty of what they hand her maybe goes up from there.
Sure, that's fine. My point wasn't that she is like Vanessa Hudgens at a different level
Right now.
Yes. But it's the name recognition and the star power. I would have expected them to do something.
And we've
more
already
than-
seen Lohan play two different characters in one movie. So
That's
somebody
exactly
can't do
right.
that.
Did it before Hudgy did it.
This
That's
is
right.
this is a very like standard Christmas movie we've seen before, not with Lindsay Lohan, but we've seen versions of this before. So that's my thing. I just with Lindsay Lohan back on the screen, Christmas movie. Let's jazz it up a little bit. But overall, I had a good time. Shout out to Chord. Alonzo.
Yeah, I think that like Netflix Christmas movies tend to fall in a couple of categories. You either have stuff that is like too racy for Hallmark, like Holiday or Love Hard, or that is maybe too that's more ambitious than Hallmark, which is like say the Princess Switch movies, and then the ones that feel like Hallmark movies with a somewhat better budget, and I think this falls into that category. But on that level, I think this is a really good Hallmark movie with a better budget, and I think it is really charming. It is very funny. It delivers some genuine feels. It is exploding Christmas around every corner, and so yeah, I mean, I will have some wait what's later, but I was for the most part really charmed by this.
All right, Dan, let's ruin the day.
I don't know what you guys watched, and I usually really like Netflix movies. I thought this was kind of a disaster. The best thing I could say about this movie is there was a handful of times where I was like forgot that I was just watching Lindsay Lohan like try to reintegrate into this world. And I'm not saying that to be mean to her because I'm pulling for her. I just like it just felt very easy softball and still not knocked out of the park or even knocked down the line for a double. Like it was just
Give me one more baseball.
kind of a mess. Not even like a bunt single reached on like a sacrifice, not even a sacrifice fly, Brand. For all those of you baseball heads out there, none of it did anything special to me. Even watching the blooper reel, save for Jack Wagner, the blooper reel felt like these people weren't really having fun. Like it really wasn't even a good blooper reel. And so by any measure that we watch 100 of these a year, by any measure, this was not a good one, in my opinion. And I hate that because I kind of expect more on a Netflix. And I thought maybe Lindsay Lohan would really take this to the next level. But none of it really. Jack Wagner's literally the best part of this movie, which is fascinating. And there were hats for sure, which we'll talk about.
We love hats.
But yeah, I was very, very disappointed because it was basically like a Hallmark movie with 10 extra minutes. And I was I'm sad. I'm not angry. I'm disappointed is all I'm saying.
Let's get to the feels. Jax.
So, as is no surprise to anyone, I had a big feel when Jack Wagner was wearing his ski outfit. But also in the father-daughter scene where he talks to her about, I told your mom that I would take care of you, but now you're taking care of yourself. I thought that was really, really moving and well played and not overplayed. I thought it was really well done. And then also when Lindsay is talking to Cord, right?
Cord.
Cord
sure.
Overstreet.
To Cord Overstreet. And she says the line about, Jake, I don't think I've ever met anyone else like you, because if I had, I would definitely remember it. I know it's cheesy and not that like mind-blowing, but I thought she delivered it really simply and straightforward, and I thought it was just lovely. So yeah, I was having some feels.
Yeah, I don't know if I necessarily had a lot of feels. I guess the closest would be the town like standing up for this thing like that. I like that. That was nice. Like, hey, you've been a staple in this community. Like, you don't have to ask. We will stand up. So good on that. But aside from that, pretty run of the mill stuff here. Alonzo?
I really liked Olivia Perez as the daughter. I think
Uh-huh.
the
Oh,
kids in
yeah.
these movies can go either way, but she's, and she's already, I mean, she's in The Heights. She's been like, in Swallow. She's had some cool credits already. And so I thought her scenes with Lindsay were quite nice. And the fact that they both kind of bonded over, what memories they had of losing their mother really young. That kind of caught me by surprise. I thought it was really sweet. Bacon is delicious, so
Yes.
that's certainly true. Um,
Glad we got to the bottom of that. in our
yes, I
investigative
know.
journalist corner.
I should have said that in hot take, I guess. But anyway, I'm just getting it out now. One of the gayest cultural things about me is that I love an elevator reveal of a crazy outfit. You have me in your hand when that happens. There's a great one in Down with Love, Renee Zellweger at the end, where she comes swooping out with a turban on. Yeah, this was a top 5 elevator reveal of a crazy outfit that I really loved.
Alonzo, next
Great.
time we're in the same hotel, I'm going to do that to you.
I'm going to wait in the lobby
ready.
for you. For
That's
that
right.
moment.
In a
Yes.
big dumb hat. I'm gonna
Oh,
do that to
yes.
you.
Make it happen for me, mama. Heck of a tree lighting. The fireworks were a nice touch, I thought. And I have to say, to piggyback on what Jax was saying about Lohan's physical comedy skill, I horse laughed at the fitted sheet thing. I guffawed out loud. I just thought that was, and I think seen it in the trailer, and still that moment made me really laugh. And I just thought, okay, she's back. I'm in.
Gosh, I hate the fitted sheet.
Man, I did not move during the fitted sheet scene. I didn't just was like, all right, I guess this is happening.
Well, because that's just
sorry you're dead inside.
That's just like a Tuesday for us if we're trying to make our own beds.
100%.
Like,
I've been there
how
too
have
many
we-
times to think
How
that's
are we
funny.
in 2022 and
come on.
we haven't figured out a better
There's gotta be
way?
like a robot or something,
We haven't
right?
figured out a better way?
I can't do it. That's just unbelievable. Yeah.
Can you fold one?
You
Oh,
just
God.
don't. You take it
There's-
from the dryer
right
straight
up.
to the bed.
Chuck it right in there. Yeah, that's exactly right. That's exactly how you do that. You get it. I got to be honest. The only feels I had in this movie was the really corny, cheesy community paying for the lodge. It's like this, but this jersey's for Rudy, coach.
Yeah.
But to
Oh,
do something
Oh
like
God! No, oh God! Let's talk about Rudy. Sorry, go ahead.
Rudy's
I love
great.
that movie.
But isn't it this is the most, that none of those things are very authentic, but this is the most authentic version, which is, hey, that time you gave us this free thing when we didn't have anything. Well, now we're helping you when you need, that's really great. And we don't get a lot of that type of big, saving the town that we really should in Hallmark movies. We don't get a lot of it. We get this, all of a sudden I found a mystery pension.
Right.
Which is what? My husband's been dead 20 years. I just found his pension. Lucky me. That happened last week. What was that about? Who knows?
But this wasn't the Rudy ending. This was the It's a Wonderful Life ending.
Yeah. And so it helps, it helped me feel as though there was some authenticity there to see that one scene. So that scene did work for me.
It did. I felt like it got a little bit undercut when they said this is now also a historical site because I feel like that in and of itself
would have probably
been a really helpful thing
been
that
nice
would
to know ahead of time. Yeah, for sure.
Because there's a
No
lot
doubt
of
about it.
funding that comes with that.
Yeah.
But whatever. All the money's great. Let's take one more quick break. We'll come back with the Wait What's if there's any, and then do the other things here on Tech the Netflix. Let's take the Hallmark. Welcome back to this show. Call it what you want. We are breaking down Falling for Christmas. It's time for the Wait What, where we talk about what in this movie made us go wait what. And I'll start with you, Jax. What you got?
I don't like mansplainers. And when Jake
See what a
tries-
mansplainer is, Jack.
That was good.
That was
man.
really good, though.
We
That
went
was
through
really
it
good.
earlier. We
Dude, that's a
texted him.
good bit. So, Trace, write that down. That's a good
Show
bit.
prep pays off.
Good bit.
You know what's sad? It took me a second to get the joke because I was ready to go into people-pleasing mode instead. So it was like, tell me, Dan, what don't you like? Explain it to me.
Oh,
But
man.
when Jake tells Sarah Sierra that she can wrap a gift with 3 pieces of tape. The only thing worse than mansplaining is when the thing that you're explaining, you're wrong about it. And they don't show that he can wrap it with only 3
That's
pieces
exactly
of
right.
tape. I was like, no, thank you, my man. That was a
Jake-
huge, wait, what?
Jake is not likable, right? Was it just me?
Not super likable, no. I mean, when your name's Chord itself out there.
Well,
It's a real chore.
I'll say this, that for a movie that Dan was calling Snoverboard, he doesn't know who she is. So it's
That's
not
right.
like he is ruthlessly
right.
exploiting her out of revenge or something.
Correct.
All right.
yeah, and then also when she does, which again, like I'm assuming for this one, unlike the fitted sheet, that she had a stunt double for the catapult
Yeah,
backward over
flip.
the
Yeah,
chair.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
And I don't know if this was part of the funny of it, but then the chair, when we pan to it again, was upright, fine, but the blanket was in the exact same position. And I was like, maybe that was part of the funny, but I just thought it was weird.
Doubtful. Yeah.
Doubtful. Those are my 2 big wait what's of the movie.
Okay. I have a few. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
No, I think there's a character in Arthur Christmas, like an elf, and her whole thing is that she can wrap any present with 2 pieces of
That's
tape.
right. That's right.
I cannot successfully wrap a present with wrapping paper.
With any.
That's
amount
true.
of tape.
I've done, like, it's an absolute unmitigated disaster.
It's
Cannot
going to
do
be
it.
a little bit of a bumpy road for me, but I can get it there. You know?
Yeah, man.
Well, that was, I actually had down, I would have actually really appreciated seeing him folding with the 3-piece tape technique. Like, we didn't get to see him actually do the wrapping. We just saw him putting the tape, which is not helpful for us as viewers. I just want to say, if you're going to throw something out there, make it helpful. We could do like, why can't we have a movie and also a tutorial?
A demonstration.
So many
For those of us who
reasons.
can't.
Hi, everybody. I'm going to take a quick break here. I don't
The
think
more you know.
I don't think Jake knows how to sweep properly. Like, we can laugh all day long at Lindsay Lohan putting on a sheet, but my guy George just going through the lodge, just like not sweeping.
Away with you.
Away, just go over there until later when I do
Be
it again.
gone.
This town doesn't know how good its tree lighting ceremony is. This town is just sitting there like, oh, the fireworks started.
15 people just
Fireworks started,
sitting
whatever.
there, blown
the
away.
The fireworks again. Yeah,
Uh,
they had a fireworks show.
Just the 30-foot tree and the fireworks this year.
That's it, huh? Okay, cool.
Man, unbelievable.
We're not gonna bring in Circus Soleil or anything. Gosh, this town. They don't know how good they got it.
Did you say Circus Soleil?
Circus Soleil. Hi, I'm Circus.
That's
Circus
not
Soleil. She should.
It's Circus Soleil. Brand.
She should most
Solelia.
definitely. Guys, I know that you're making fun of me, and I don't like it, and I want to put it on the record. She should most definitely not be skiing again, right? Like, was it just me when
That
she
was
got
one of
back on
mine.
those skis? I was like, no, don't
You are
do it.
freshly concussed.
That's right. Yeah.
It's not time.
The lack of head trauma protocol in this movie is next level. I think they think head trauma protocol is just get another hat.
That's right. That's right.
That's all it
Could
is.
Susan Hogan give you a blanket and some chamomile tea, maybe?
That's right. No, don't go to sleep. Okay.
And my last one is at the end of this movie. Our guy Chord, Jake, everyone sits there like they finally kiss it into the thing, and he just goes, "What a Christmas, guys!" I just got a kick out of it.
What a Christmas.
What a Christmas, guys!
What a Christmas.
What a
guys.
Christmas! It's like a small talk. Alonzo.
Well, my Christmas tree was one of my feels, and you made it a wait what? So I will see your "It's a Wonderful Life" ending and say wait what, because as on an emotional level, I see what the point of that scene is, but they don't really set it up that well. You get that one scene where the woman tells Lindsay, "Oh, he's done so much for the town," but it was like it felt very out of nowhere that suddenly everyone is going to show up with checks like that. I think one more scene maybe could have like gotten us there.
My wife renewed her passport and she was like, "Where's our checkbook?" I couldn't find it. I couldn't find our checkbook. Everyone has a paper check with them. That's
true. Yeah, exactly. His Venmo should have been going ding ding ding.
That's right.
Or something.
Yeah,
that would have been more.
That was one of
more
mine for
realistic.
sure. For sure.
I will also say that being declared a historical site does not really help necessarily. That there was a burger place in our neighborhood called Irv's that we were big fans of, and the awful landlord kept raising the rent, and they were trying to like turn it into a chain coffee shop. And at one point, a community group got together and got them declared a landmark in West Hollywood because they were the last of the Route 66 burger stands.
Oh, wow.
And that helped, but eventually the landlord raised the rent so much they still had to move. And so all it means now is the current landlord can't tear it down or mess with certain structural facets of it, but it didn't save the business and it didn't help the people who were working out of that business keep it. So when I heard historical site, I was like, oh yeah, that ain't helping at all.
Good luck.
Definitely had you're recovering from a concussion. Let's go skiing. This movie does a thing that a lot of Christmas movies do that drives me nuts. Red berries is not mistletoe.
Yeah, holly, right?
White berries, mistletoe, red berries, holly. So they never kiss under the mistletoe in this movie because it's always red berries. And if anyone should know better at this point, it is Michael Damian and his wife. He produced, she directed. He's directed a bunch of these. He also did like Connie and Carla, and he was Captain Cool and the Kongs back in the day, which is way before you guys. And Brad Cravoy, who produced this thing. Like, they should all know what mistletoe looks like at this point.
Brad Cravoy, the producer of Christmas,
Of everything.
Exactly.
Truly.
should know.
Sheesh.
Anything else, Alonzo?
That's it. That's my way.
Great.
Of all the ways for Netflix to try to remind you of Peaky Blinders, I did not see Hats and Falling for Christmas be on the top of the list. Is Tad doing an Austin Powers impression? Because he feels like almost every line of dialogue he has, if he says baby on the end of it, it is an Austin Powers impersonation. And I couldn't get it out of my head.
Maybe there's a reveal where he's actually from like Pacoima, but they just decided he decided to adopt a British accent to be more of an influencer type. And so he's like a total phony. I don't know.
They're in this car early on, and she likes this song on the radio, and she turns it up by like a touch screen where she like turns a green dial, and it's supposed to be really fancy or whatever. And it's weird because it's this circle thing that's a touch screen, not an actual dial. And then there's a number pad, like a telephone. That's all that's there. And she turns it up and it's like, whatever. And he's like, I don't want to listen to this song anymore. So I think they're listening to the radio because he changes it to another song. But the way he changes it is just by hitting 99.
Yeah.
He hits 99 on his whatever that is, touchscreen, and it goes to a different what happened there?
Maybe it's a Sirius XM channel.
He preset number 99 in there.
Yeah.
Like that was a weird
That
bit
would
to
be
me.
an XM thing, though.
It would be a Sirius XM thing.
We
And he just
figured it out.
middle of the channel.
He likes 99.
I found Santa in this movie to be incredibly creepy. And I think
And unnecessary.
it's because
He's a little murky, yeah.
but he's in the best I could say is I think he thinks he's in a better movie because he's very put together and just a lot of gravitas, but just doing the nose thing and the hand thing and giving knowing looks. And you're like, this is not
still like a mass magician impression.
It is not above board at all. Why does she think she can make her own breakfast? Why? She's never made her own breakfast in her life. Why does she go in there and go, no, I remember nothing, but I can make my own breakfast. I know that I can do that. That's a bold move to make for someone that has lost all of their memory, one, and two, seems to be fine with that. Seems to be fine. There's no anxiety on Lindsay Lohan's part at all. It's like, oh, well, I lost it. We'll make new ones. We'll make new memories. That's what we'll do. When you lose your memory, you just make new ones. We don't have to worry about it. It's not a big deal.
Crunch all you want. We'll make more.
That's right. It's a mulligan. It's a mulligan is all it is. I did think the Christmas tree lighting was spectacular. I did think that the people were underwhelming. But I do have to question the fact that behind the giant tree that we're lighting, we have two trees that are bigger, that have centered the tree perfectly, that are already lit in blue. If you're going to light the tree and shoot fireworks, why not light all three of those bad boys? Why did we have the other two lit already? It was a pre-lighting. Maybe
So
that's
the
why
crowd
everybody
doesn't have to gather in the dark, I think.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. We don't have lights on the ground anywhere for them. I do think this movie, there's no credibility in it, but whatever it has, they strain it greatly when she's been gone. Like, I think she's lost 4 days before anyone looks for her, right? Like, no social media post, no nothing. She's worth millions of dollars. She's gone almost a full week before anyone is like, you know what? Something's not right here.
I think they actually set that up for this kind of movie pretty well. The idea that the fact that they make Tad also disappear, the fact that the last thing she said was like, "Don't bug me, I'll call you when I need you." Like, I felt like there was at least some effort made to sort of stack the blocks in a way where it's not immediate. Like, I will say this: if she is a well-known socialite heiress, that no one in this town recognizes the daughter of the guy who owns the giant resort just down the road.
That's actually my
a bit of a
that's actually my what the Hallmark, which is like how big of a deal is she?
That's right. Yeah.
I am unsure.
Well,
it's like Mira Sorvino is Martha Stewart in that Hallmark movie where she has amnesia and no one in town recognizes her.
Nobody knows. The thing that I think threw me off that was, it feels like she has spent a week at this place, and it feels like Tad has spent maybe 12 hours in the fishing hole down there. Like, they do his plot line over the whole movie, but that's just one night, right? Like, that's just one night. Whereas Lindsay has been there. It seems like she's part of the family. And so that throws me off a little bit as well. And then this is the world's tiniest dance square, right? Like, if you're throwing a party and you're trying to raise money and your dance square is smaller than this living room set here, you may as well not just let people dance on the actual floor. I don't know. It's a postage stamp. I don't know why we brought that in there. Literally, her and Chord are dancing on the square, and it takes up the whole square. There's nowhere else to go. You don't have room for anybody else.
In an earlier draft, that was going to be the ice skating rink.
That's right. Yeah. Man, I did 1,200 laps this morning. Whew, got it in. That's all I got, Bran.
It's time for What the Flicks. It's where we talk about any questions that we still have. Jax, what are you wondering about?
I'm wondering why our boy Jake had that big angel just stuffed into a desk drawer. It just didn't seem like that was the spot for it. I know he's healing and there's complicated feelings with his late wife and the angel, but I just didn't think that was the place for it.
That's a great way. What
I only guess is he took it out of storage and was like, I can't do it yet.
Well, he said I took it out. And then when he's like, I can't hang it up, I need to put this back where it came from.
But I do want to keep it close by. I don't know.
Mom would always keep the angel tree topper in the second desk drawer.
Yeah.
It was the most efficient spot for it.
I am honoring her memory.
Yeah.
That's right.
I want to know how popular. Sorry, did you have another one, Jax? I'm sorry.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, go ahead.
Concerned about Tad and his new little love interest, the guy at that worked at the resort. Like, it seems cute at first, right? But as someone who has been taken in by a pretty face before, who like maybe wasn't so nice, I feel like Tad's not gonna treat you very nice, honey. So maybe have fun for a little bit, but I don't think you have much of a connection other than maybe you like people to be mean to you, and that's something that, like, you know, I've been. He
does work as a resort, so he might be kind of a service bottom or something.
Yes. Okay, so that might work for a little while. Actually, I stand corrected.
So she's recused, like she's no longer
worried.
Has that what the Hallmark, what the flicks? Got it.
If that dynamic works for them,
I think I could see it working out. Yeah, that sounds fun.
I wanted to know about how popular she is, but I also want to know the resort was having problems and now has a handful of money. What's the plan for continued growth so that they don't continue to lose money?
Well, I think that was the pitch that he makes to Jack Wagner at the beginning of the movie, right? Like build a sauna and do the blah blah and fix.
Yeah, but is it because they like? He was running out of money. Did all of the money give him enough money?
Right. Is it going to go to that, or is it just going to get him out of debt?
Is it just going to get him out of debt? Yes. Okay. That's what I want to know. Alonzo?
I just was thinking, this sweet, independent B&B owner is now marrying into this rich hotel family, and they're going to destroy him.
Yes. Yes.
They are going to run roughshod over this sweet, not rich guy because wealthy people are terrible, and he's in the same business, and so they're just gonna they're gonna drain the life right out of him. And I feel bad for Jake because I know what's coming.
Oh,
That's
Yeah,
more than
sweet
fair.
Jake.
More than fair.
Dan?
I want to know if this movie thinks that we have amnesia, because at the end we get a montage of things that happen literally 30 seconds before the montage starts. And I for the life of me, I rewound it and I went, this montage is a montage of things that even Lindsay Lohan's character in her short memory span, even she remembers these things. So we all remember these things, literally them dancing in the scene that happened 3 minutes before the montage is in the montage. The movie's an hour 34, people. Like, this is not a necessary. Who was won over by that? Who was like, man, this movie's not, what are they doing here?
They wanted to show off that dance floor again.
Is this a montage? Oh my gosh. I am swept off my feet. That's terrible.
Love a
Man,
montage.
that's bad.
You
We
need
did,
a
everybody.
montage.
Congratulations. The first one in the books.
That's right.
We got another one coming at you next week. Christmas with You. Maybe some more wrestling talk. We'll see what happens.
knows?
Christmas with FP2.
That's exactly right.
Ooh, okay.
Can't wait for that. Until then and tomorrow. Maybe we'll be the first to wish you a Merry Christmas.
Check the Hallmark is the That Sounds Fun podcast. It's produced by Tracy Millisname. It's recorded live in, that Greenville